5. Agenda this evening, we have a public comment period followed by intermunicipal agreement between the police department and social work services. Review the draft update of liquor license regulations for single serving sales. Liquor license annual renewal, credit card use policy, and there's a resident complaint, alleged junk and unregistered motor vehicle violation on Fletcher Street. Special town meeting, the recommendation of the warrant articles, appointments to the cultural council, and there should be one there for the Morgan Babcock committee.
So they didn't give me a name or any names. I can talk to them after.
Okay, and then that's it. So we'll jump in, public comment. Anybody in the public that would like to speak to something not on the agenda? None, we will move on. Next up is the intermunicipal agreement for the police department social work services. We have a new draft here.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The old version and the new version.
Yeah. The board did approve this. Since your approval though, there had been some, what I would describe as minor changes. So I just wanted to bring it back to make sure that we have proper approvals. I did give you a brief outline of the previous version and the new version language, but nothing, the changes are nothing of serious consequence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just basically making things subject to appropriation, et cetera.
It's probably a good policy.
Yeah.
I move to approve the updated intermunicipal agreement between the towns of Ashby, Ayer, Boxborough, Dunstable, Groton, Littleton, Shirley, Townsend, and Westford for the purpose of providing social work services to the police departments in these communities as presented, and authorize the chair to sign the agreement on behalf of the board.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, very good. Review the draft update to liquor license regulations for single serving sales.
So in our regulations, we prohibit, the last version prohibits the sale of single servings of alcohol or beer. However, we did get a question from one of the license holders asking what that means. What is the single serving of alcohol or beer? So this amendment to the regulations, which Sue helped pull together, does our best to better define what that means in order for them to be able to have clarity on compliance.
Is this more within the norms of surrounding communities, I assume, probably?
Well, it varies. Some places don't ban the single sale at all.
Yeah.
What this does essentially is put a minimum size, and if containers are being sold that are smaller, they can't be sold in fewer than 4 units.
Okay.
So it's basically you gotta buy a 4-pack in order to buy it. So that the intent, I mean, I think everyone understands the intent, but someone's not just
Popping one on the way home.
yes.
Okay, so this is just reinforcing that we don't want to have nips in single serving.
That's exactly what
Okay.
that's exactly what it's doing.
Okay.
And just putting some definition around it so that, like I said, the license holders can say, okay, this is how I comply with that.
Okay.
Because with the language, the initial language we put together was a little big.
Right, okay.
So, I mean, there was an extensive discussion at town meeting over this. And, the 2 liquor licenses we have now, and I've been into both of those stores, I'm not seeing any single serve beers or nips in those stores. Was that discussion focused around wanting to be able to go in there and grab a couple of nips and I don't know. What was the evolution of that discussion?
The evolution was one of the license holders came to the office saying, what does this mean? can I sell this? Can I sell that? And I said, very good question.
Yeah.
And so, that was really the start of this discussion. And, the ultimate language that you have in front of you is our best effort to define it in a way that meets the intent of what the board was looking to do, but also, allow them to conduct business.
Yeah.
So that's, and have very clear guidance on what we allow and what we don't allow. So do you have, you really drafted this, do you have any, other feedback to add, or is that? pretty
No,
much-
I think that's pretty,
Okay.
yeah.
If it gives them clarity and it maintains our intent, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
Joan, any question?
Now, this is, I remember something vaguely about in the town center district.
Mhm.
That we talked about NIPS not being allowed, but I also remember something about,
Cigarettes,
you couldn't,
right? Cigarettes and lottery tickets?
Yeah, lottery tickets was one of them too, I
yeah,
think, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
So this, I mean, I can't see what the
Well, they do.
language is on this, but so that you're just saying that they have to be, any products have to be sold in packages of more than one?
It's,
Yeah.
so in a nutshell, any alcohol can't be sold, in quantities any less than 8 fluid ounces. So basically, nip, you can't sell nips. For beers, anything less, 24 ounces or less individually. And 24 ounces, I would describe as a tall boy,
Mhm.
if you know what a tall boy is.
Yeah.
And so that's what we used to call them, at least.
Yeah.
So, so for anything 24 ounces or less, you can't buy individually, you have to buy at least 4 at a time, so a 4-pack of those. And then there's also a limitation on wine sales too, because now wine is coming in different sizes and shapes as well. So it's the same idea for wine.
And they have pre-made cocktails
And cocktails.
too.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get like a Jack and Coke in like a 12-ounce can.
Exactly.
To buy a 4-pack at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Sue.
You all set?
Yeah.
Move to amend the Town of Dunstable liquor license policies and regulations by deleting the existing language under number 9 in the regulations section and replacing it with the following. Licensees holding a package store license shall adhere to the following restrictions regarding the sale of single-serve alcoholic beverages. A, spirits. No single-serving container of distilled spirits shall be sold in quantities less than 8 fluid ounces. B, malt beverages. Single-serving containers of malt beverages defined as 24 fluid ounces or less per container shall not be sold in quantities fewer than 4 units per transaction. C, wine. Single-serving containers of wine defined as less than 300 milliliters, 10.7 fluid ounces, shall not be sold in quantities fewer than 4 per transaction.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Very good, thank you.
The wine thing seems weird, but it's common to do like a half a bottle of wine, and so that the wine limit is below that, so that doesn't preclude that kind of.
Well, you can buy those little.
The little
The
boxes.
little ones, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next, credit card use policy.
Actually, a liquor license.
Oh, right,
Renewals.
sorry, yeah, liquor license, yes, we did. Liquor license annual renewals, one for the Dunstable Country Liquors.
Yeah.
Any other for Mirabel Farm?
So we have received, those back from both organizations along with the annual, fee of $2,000. So, there hasn't been any issues. I think they're good to go.
Move to approve the renewal of the following package store all alcoholic beverage licenses for 2026 pursuant to MGL Chapter 138, and the license holders shall be Dunstable Liquor LLC DBA Dunstable Country Liquors at 238 Pleasant Street, and Mirabel Farms LLC DBA Mirabel Farm at 11 Pleasant Street, subject to the payment of all applicable fees in compliance with state and local regulations.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Very good. Credit card use policy. Jason,
Yep, so this is something that, been on the list for a little bit. We do have departments with credit cards. Just wanted to, this is a reaction to no issues at all. We have not had any issues with credit cards at all. Everything is fine. But, I read an article a little while ago about another town that had, some minor, but still some operational issues with, management of credit cards. So, I just wanted to put a policy in place, and again, Sue and Teresa, the new treasure collector, took the lead on this. And I think modeled it after, other communities and also just to make sure it fit our community's needs. And, that's what you have in front of you. I can walk through it if you want.
I think it's pretty boilerplate.
Yeah.
well, no, that's actually really good to have a policy in place. I don't know if we actually have one for the credit card.
I'm not sure we did either.
I don't think so.
I think it was a handshake agreement.
This seems like a funny question, but like, how do we log in? Do you log into like Capital One to like see the balance? Like, or is that the treasurer's who does that?
Do you want to?
Yeah, so I think right now everybody has individual logins, but
Okay.
that's on Teresa's list, just to gain access to,
Yes.
like the
Yeah.
register account.
And I assume that'll probably go to two-factor. Like
Oh.
Often, yeah.
my credit union saying, we're gonna go to two-factor.
Yeah.
We may also limit the number of credit cards we have right
Okay.
now, which people may not like, but, I know I talked to Teresa a little bit about that as well. She has some interest in looking at that. So we may kind of narrow it
Constrained.
a little bit to have a little more control. We'll still have access to them, but just to have a little more control in place.
Yeah.
Because I mean, ideally, we're not using credit cards. The truth is, like, we prefer to
Right.
either set up an account with a vendor, have them invoice us, et cetera. There are some cases that's hard or nearly impossible. That's why we have the credit cards, but it's really like meant to be a backstop, not a convenience for every time you need
Everyday
it.
gas, you know, right?
Yeah.
Cool, okay. Sounds good.
All right, move to approve the credit card policy as presented and dated October 15th, 2025.
Second.
Aye.
Okay, one of our favorite subjects. Resident complaint regarding a property at 15 Fletcher Street.
Yes. The office received a complaint about 15 Fletcher, about what they believe to be, vehicles that are not compliant with our junk and unregistered vehicle bylaw. I drove by, police chief drove by, building inspector drove by. I had a hard time telling one way or the other. The police chief kind of said the same thing. Building inspector thought that he saw one on blocks, which seemed, if that's the case, that would meet the criteria, quote unquote, inoperable, which then would, in my view, be a violation of the bylaw. I did drive by again after I talked to him and I think I did see that as well. So, there may be a car or two that is, viewable and, because it's viewable is not in compliance with the bylaw. There was also a complaint that had to do with Board of Health and odor, but they've investigated that and have not been able to find any evidence of that. So but that's a Board of Health issue. This is on the agenda to ask kind of how you like to handle it. The bylaw basically says it comes to you. The last time we had this, you remember, I kind of sent an initial letter, without kind of any, direct enforcement
Sort
or
of friendly.
come to this meeting, just, hey, this is the bylaw, here's a reminder, it looks like you may have some compliance issues with it, please address it as quickly as possible. Something, yeah, in a nutshell.
Yeah,
I think that's a
So-
fair way to start.
Okay.
A friendly approach and see what response we get.
Okay,
My ask is, we had a complaint.
Yep.
Was the complaint anonymous?
they didn't ask to be anonymous, they
So
visited,
they've included whoever it was who filed the complaint has identified themselves.
I mean, they came to the office,
It's no problem. I
they
just,
came to the
we're gonna
office.
get one of these little wishy-washy things. and-
No,
No,
it wasn't wishy-washy at all.
I would,
It was a direct complaint.
one of the problems that you potentially could have with this is that, the guy there, I don't know this, I was real clear about that, I don't know. But my brother-in-law fixes cars and he has a couple of parts cars in his yard and he's in Linfield. And, maybe he's got parts cars there, I don't know. So I think I'd flush that out by sending him a letter and saying, hey, we've had a complaint, and you need to resolve this, and see what his reply is to it.
And you are allowed under the bylaw to have unregistered vehicles on your property. They just, if they're of a certain condition or inoperable, then they can't be, my memory is they can't be viewable from the street. So if they're enclosed, they can be on there. They can be on his property or her property. But as it is now, if you look, you can see them, so.
So the remedy to that, if the guy says, oh, I use those for parts cars, we're gonna tell him to put up a fence and, like a blight barrier, just kind of hide it.
Something
Is
like
that-
that.
or temporary
Or
carports.
what's a car.
Carports with the
Oh,
dog.
carport, yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think we ought to just write that letter off and see what we'll get for our response out of it, right?
And this, it's becoming a more or less reoccurring issue for a variety, whether it be Board of Health or a junk bylaw. I wonder at some point if we invite our zoning enforcement officer to sort of explain to us what the merits are either way. Because it seems like some people get, it needs to be the same for everybody.
Well, right, and
And not that it hasn't been, but like, I just think it's a really important, black or white, is the car unregistered or not? Is it?
visible from the street, yeah.
Right, and that makes it a junk issue, but if it's not visible or it's seasonally visible, what?
Right.
Timing's everything, right?
And there are cases when there are cars, but who's to judge whether or not they're gonna start if you put a key in them?
Yeah.
Right,
I
so,
mean, really,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there are some cases where it's impossible without put the key in, turn, I mean.
Which requires permission from the property owner
Of
to
course.
enter the property and
So,
they can say no. So it's a difficult situation.
you could say the same for trash, like, sometimes there's just, stockade piles of brush from someone clearing their land and they integrate some trash into it. Is that a health hazard? Is that a Board of Health matter? What are they doing?
well, I should, yeah.
I mean, but,
Yeah.
I've seen that in my neck of the woods and I'm a little puzzled as to what to do. Yeah, I can smell it.
Mhm.
So I'm a little unsure what to do.
Okay,
Okay, so I'll do that and report back, and I'll send you a copy of the letter and all that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, didn't we already,
I know, we always do this, and I'm sorry, but, so there were votes to sponsor. If you want to use your sponsorship votes as recommendations, but they are to, sponsor gets, you put them on the warrant. Recommending them is a separate, you want them to be adopted. So I did put this on, you can handle it however you want. If you want to just recommend the ones that you've sponsored, but that doesn't include, some of them, like the library articles, and let's see, what other ones? I don't know, I think there's a couple, like the baseball field, Swell Union playground upgrade. So if you want to recommend those, you have a draft motion there. If not, that's okay, so it's totally up to you.
so what you're
So-
asking for is to recommend these articles, and the ones that we sponsored are already articulated that way in the article.
they're articulated as being sponsored, not recommended.
So, yeah, two separate,
Right.
yeah, exactly. Two separate things. Sponsored is,
Yeah.
okay, you got it.
No, I'm okay with
Okay,
it.
all right.
Want motions to it? Right, as a recommendation?
So just as a result of the CPC meeting prior to this, we voted to table Article number 9.
The motion,
So, yeah,
the motion is
The
consistent with
motions,
that.
yeah, it does that too.
okay.
Yeah.
So I just wanted, I don't know if Article 9 was one of the ones that we sponsored. So if we don't recommend it,
I think you did, but the motion
we'll
does.
just wipe that out, okay?
Yes,
Just
yes, you
just
got it.
trying to be clear.
Yep, absolutely.
Move to recommend on articles appearing on the special town meeting warrant, except for Article 9.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you.
All right. Appointments to the Cultural Council.
So we had one member who didn't renew her term, and so Lori Harris, will replace her. And,
So this person is aware that they're gonna go on the council, right? We're not,
oh, yes,
okay.
yep,
I just
she's
asked a
aware,
question.
she came forward and
Oh,
volunteered.
it's so wonderful, we just appointed you.
Good luck for the next 5 years.
I move to appoint Laurie Harris to the Dunstable Cultural Council with a term expiring on June 30th, 2028.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Laura Harris, for
Enjoy. Motion to adjourn.
yeah, just,
Not yet. Item 10,
no, I was gonna, we could talk after, no, there was, originally they were going to have Maureen back off, why she wasn't able to get the names.
So,
They
yeah, so she reached out to see if we could
Yeah.
get them in, so I had them on the agenda, and I asked for names.
Yeah.
She said the person wasn't available to attend as a.
Yeah, neither one of them were able to attend, and also the chair of the committee was traveling, she was away. So,
So-
all right, so we can, I guess.
Yeah, well, I guess what Patty told me was that she had a conversation with you, that they would go ahead and vote them into the board, and then we would write a letter.
Okay,
Are they, like, I guess I don't understand, are they a town committee?
the Morgan Babcock Scholarship Committee, yeah, I'm not really a town committee,
They're independent.
they're independent,
The
but
fun time.
somewhere in the charter of the committee requires the select board to, I think, appoint them.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
We
I
had
need to
appointed them
double
in the
check.
past.
Have you?
Yeah.
It's always like
Yeah.
in July or June or July.
I couldn't find anything, but I'll go back and dig.
Yeah, I think I think Patty said it's in the charter of that committee, so,
So we'll get it on the next agenda.
okay. All right, sorry, folks. All right, we're good to move forward. Is there anything else?
No, I think that's it, TH report. And I think we know pretty much what is in here.
Just in time, Sue needs to leave.
Look at that. Perfect
There
timing.
you go.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Excellent.
Did you get your free cash number yet?